We just passed the summer solstice. So the next time of the year, the way I kind of think about it is the next time of the year, each and every day, even though it doesn't seem like it at first, each day adds on a little bit more darkness, all the way to the point where by the winter solstice, it's very dark, and we definitely realize it by that point. So our intention today, and what I was kind of thinking about, is using our Yogilates movements to imagine that we're building in light inside of our body, whether that's in the heart space, whether that's in the solar plexus space, kind of whatever the easiest visualization is for you. Imagine each of the strong things that we do and each of the kind of just pausing that we do to get our muscles a little bit more open. Imagine each of those are an opportunity to get more and more light packed into our body while there is still a lot of light, so that we can imagine as we head further into the darker and darker and darker days, it's like we have that light to shine forth for ourselves, for the world, and just kind of pick something that your light is symbolic of for you. Maybe it's compassion, maybe it's self-care. There's a lot of things that it could be, so kind of handpick. This is what my light is going to represent for me to lead me forward with inspiration into the next half of the year. So whenever you've got that hand picked, let's start to take the knees into the chest. Let's do some easy little rocking movements, giving our back a couple of good breaths to get started. Good. So, dropping the feet down to the ground, let's plant the hands in right next to the hips. And let's take a few bridge poses. So inhale, roll up the hips, lift up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, return back down. Imagine with each of those inhales, it's this tremendous amount of light coming into the body, kind of flooding us from within. And exhale, easy rolling back down. Take a few more like that. Inhales. And exhales. Let's take 3. 2. And 1. Let's take our right leg up to the side. Give it a couple of breaths just to help pull it in. Easy stretching. Let's place that right ankle to left thigh, figure 4, spread around it. See how that hip wants to open right at this moment. Then we're going to start hooking around this right calf. Maybe hooking like a hug, or maybe hook around the middle of the shin. Whatever we're doing, we're keeping this right calf stuck close inside. This left leg is going to go out and in. Out and in. It's back and forth. I like to try to take it to the spot right above the ground. So let's take another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right foot, drop it to the ground. Left leg stretches up to the sky. Imagine by stretching these muscles, it's like there's more space available for that light to come in. Take left ankle to right thigh, give it that hug. Same chance for this hip to open. These deep belly breaths. And start to hook around this left leg so it's anchored in. Right leg goes out and in. We're getting to that point of just light fatigue. Just right here at the beginning. Start to feel the lungs pumping with us. Inhales to stretch, exhales to bring it in. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So as we release, take the hands to the knees, do a couple of more easy movements for the hips, low back area. And then we'll find the feet planted again, close to the glutes. So hands by the hips, let's lift the hips back up. From here, we're gonna try to do 20 little tiny pulses. This is an inch, so about an inch down and an inch up above where you're at. So 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing back down. Take just a normal breath to have a break for those glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the hips right back up and just fold and bridge pose. Maybe hands clasped behind the back. Try to lift higher. Take about 3 more breaths. Two. And 1. Good, release, lower down, take a few windshield wipers. Nice and easy rocking left and right. Good. So hips stable right back through the center. Perhaps take the thumbs slightly under the hips, just rounding the upper body. So from here, we're going to take bicycles. One leg circled up and down, second leg circled up and down. You could pause in between or do a fast, continuous circle. It's up to you. Feel that low back pressing into the ground. Feel the breath flowing. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up to sky. Let them open. We can free out the thumbs. And just take the hands to the inner thighs, just giving it a nice chance to weigh the thighs open. Let another good inhale flow in. Exhale. Legs come back up together. You can tuck the thumbs again. And the idea here is the thighs try to come close to us, then we bump them up just a little bit. It's called a jackhammer. In and up. In and up. Exhale. In. Here's 10. And 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. Both hands go around the right knee. Left leg drops long to the ground. Continue to pull this right knee in just a bit deeper. Start to invite it over the body into a nice twist. Right arm stretching out to the right. Hips down, left knee in, drop the right leg out. Hug it in for a moment. And then continue to send it over the body, crossing all the way over. One more nice inhale. Exhale, hips down. Keep this knee in, hands go behind the head. Let's cross the right elbow to that left knee, flip the other leg, and switch. Here's 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good work. Take the bottoms of feet into cobbler's pose. Grab the elbows, lift the elbows up right above the head. Feel that low back, have that nice arch, feel the hips just using gravity to open. Take one more good inhale. Exhale. Pick the knees up, slide the legs out straight. Send the arms up overhead. And let's do our roll-ups. Take an inhale, breath. Exhale, lift up the arms and then roll up. All the way to stretch over the feet. Roll back down, one vertebrae at a time. Exhale. Inhale. 8. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's stay up this last one. So continuing to relax over those legs, especially let the neck be heavy. Just going to ease the head left and right. As we rise back up, the summer warm season, imagine we're in a boat, so we're taking boat pose. Boat pose starts off close. We pick our paddle up, we dig it into the water on one side. As we pull back, the legs extend out. Come back up and in, second time. Inhale, exhale. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it into cobbler. That was a good one. Okay, well, let's pick up the knees. Let's plant the hands behind. Let's do a couple of tricep dips. So, lifting the hips up. It's about the elbows bending and press. 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Easy sit. Let's cross our right arm over our body, pull it in. If the head wants to tilt to the left shoulder, that'll help it out as well. And open it back out. Exhale, pull it in, second side. And open back out. Okay, hands up above our body. And then from here, all we have to do is just bend the elbows and straight. Take that, 9. Pull the core zipped up, 8. Ribs trying not to splay open. 7. 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. Let's take our way to hands and knees. Let's do a couple of the cat-cows. Spine nice and integrating with us, up and down. Imagine we're breathing in huge amounts of light. That inhale, exhale, nice and easy out of our body. More. 2. 1. Good. So from here, keeping our hips over the knee. Sometimes I see people kind of like shift forward and it just makes it harder to hold that. So this is going to be a nice kneeling half moon variation. And the reason why we're practicing the kneeling variation is because I'm also going to give you an additional option later with a star pose. So there will be a harder option, and so this will be the thing you drop down to if the other one's impossible. So we go to a kneeling side plank. So our right foot swivels off the end. We're kneeling on our right knee. Remember again to keep the hips over the knee rather than forward. And then from there, left hand up, leg up. And what we're going to do is try to touch the foot down and lift it up as high as you can. 9. It can be slightly forward of the body. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. As you drop down, if that right wrist needs a roll, that's okay. Switch over to kneel on the second side. Lifting arm, lifting leg. And let's drop down and up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, 1. Drop down through the center. Maybe the left wrist needs a roll. Let's shake our booty for a second. Making sure the thighs are doing okay. Okay. So the side plank variation, it starts to get harder and harder as we go. So let's try just a normal side plank first. So we're gonna go through plank. Heels drop over to the right, lift the left hand up. Holding here, yep, feet can be separated. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over. Do your wrist roll. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down, even going to knees, maybe wrist. Okay. So trying to combine the two, the leg lift with any amount of side plank that we can. If you need to drop down to kneeling like we did, that's okay. Let me show you first. So the difference between star pose and side plank is instead of keeping the hips in one straight line, the hips will then kind of lift up. So it's almost like a down dog. My locked arm and my leg keeps me there. So if you're taking the star pose, you'll lift it up and down through those 10 times. If that balance is not working, just drop to the knee and it'll be okay.
Okay, so I'm back. Which one gonna go up?
The top one. Yep. So top leg. Going for 10, 9, even a small mini one, 8, 7, 6, whoops, my balance, 5, 4, 3, 2, that's okay, 10 is a lot, and drop down. We'll take some wrist stretches in just a moment. So roll that right wrist. Good work. That one's a hard one because it's balancing too. So, like, what is she coming up with now? Yep, the top leg. Yep, the top leg will be the one.
So are you on the side of your left foot?
Yep. Side of left foot. Yep. Okay, so just however much you can. And going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, I'll get to that spot, 3, 2, 1, good work, drop down, wrist stretches. So let's start off with the right wrist, just the right wrist. Tucks the fingers back, so middle fingers to the knee. If it wants a little bit more stretching there, tilt back. It's okay if the wrist lifts off the ground a little bit. And come forward to lift it up. From here, when you place the hand down, circle that right hand so that the thumb goes to the side, middle finger is back to the knee, and then back away as much as you want to get into that wrist on that side. Good. Pick it up. Either open and close or roll that right wrist. Good. Nice and easy for the second side. Lift the back of the hand to the ground, middle finger to the knee, and start to travel backwards. Maybe the wrist lifts off the ground. That's okay. Just getting to that point where the wrist is stretching nice. Forward to rise, palm normal face down, and flip the thumb to the side. Good. Back away until that part of the wrist stretches. Forward to release, circles or opening and closing the left. Good. Okay, let's go to dolphin pose. So elbows down. I usually do, one hand with the fist, the other hand comes around. From there, tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk the feet in as much as you can. You can either just stay here and breathe or lift one foot up at a time, your choice. Basically, you're gonna stay here until the breath feels like it's getting more difficult, and then we'll just take a nice child pose. Take 2 more good deep breaths of recovery. Then going forward, we're going to be on a right elbow plank. So set your hips down, legs go long. The goal here is mostly going to be trying to lift the hips up and down. I'm going to do the countdown of 10. If 10 is too much, take a break for a couple of them and join back together. So my other hand, usually I like to have on the ground just to kind of help give me something to push up there. So when you're ready, lifting up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, 1. Roll over to the other side. Good. When you're ready, here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Flop down onto the belly. Arms by your sides, thumbs ready to rotate up instead of kind of flip down the other way. Let's keep our shoulders open. So with our inhales, keep the legs heavy, but we're trying to lift as much of the back off the ground as possible. Exhale back down. So we'll go for 9 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands right under the shoulders. Let's take a mini child's pose, just a couple of breaths. Get up to downward facing dog. Right leg will float up to the sky, feel it reach high. The right foot in between hands. We're gonna do a plank kind of modification. So turn these right toes off to the right. Right hand up to sky. You can either stay on the back toes or rock to the side of the foot, whatever is more comfortable. But as much as we can from this mobility here, we're gonna try to lift the hips up a little bit and down a little bit. Just take 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand down. Try to lower the side of the left hip down. That left hand might need to slide forward or go all the way to the elbow. It's whatever's pretty decently comfortable. And the idea is opening up the heart for a moment. So let this top arm of that right hand work its way to the space behind you. And then kind of jut the heart forward. Good. So rolling our way back to hands. When we slide the front foot back, try to keep it lifted through plank. Lower chaturanga. Cobra. Back up to down dog. Left leg reaches super high to the sky. Left foot steps in between hands. Left hand to sky. Hips go as much as they can. Down and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Try to rock the right hip down. Maybe even to elbow. Left hand comes behind. We're letting that heart get drawn forward. And the outer IT kind of area. Yeah, a good one. Let's go ahead and start returning hands. When you're ready to swing the leg back, baby, it's floating in plank. Lower chaturanga. Back bend. Down dog. Good. And here's going to start the slowing down for our practice, getting into more and more stretches. So float the right leg up nice and high. Step right foot in between hands. Let's drop the back knee down. So sinking the hips forward, just make sure the knee isn't going past toes, otherwise forward. We're giving the front of that left hip a couple of really good breaths. You're welcome to stay here, with hands on the ground, that's fine. If you want to increase that stretch even more and the balance is okay, maybe come up, hands to the side. If backed off at all, sink the hips back forward once you're with balance. Good. Either stay here or bring hands to the hips, start to open the heart pulse. Just one more inhale. Exhale, let that front leg go nice and straight, hips shift back. Drop the hands down, take that really good stretch with the hamstrings. Okay, switch sides, take the knee back. Let's go through a brief down dog. At height, left leg floats. Step it in between hands, drop the back knee down. Start to sink the hips forward. Stay or work up, then re-sink the hips forward. Maybe hands to the low back, continue to arch the heart. One more inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back, straighten the front leg, drop down. Swing this leg back. We'll come to either plank or kneeling plank. Drop the belly all the way to the floor. The left arm is going to come up to a 90-degree angle at that left side, the elbow bent. And then left cheek is down. And then press into the right hand until that left shoulder is stretchy. So maybe hip stack, maybe top leg inches back, it's up to you. Feel how this is opening up the heart as well. It's almost like creating more space for that light. We've done so much work, so much good stuff today. So imagine all of that helped to invite light in. Take this moment to just kind of see where the light is at. See how it's grown. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down, switch the elbows. Press into the left hand until you feel that right shoulder open. It's the good spot. One more inhale. Exhale, start to drop the hips down. Work the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Let the heart get drawn forward and through so that the abdominal area is really stretching out. From here, we'll stretch the other half of the shoulders. Left hand swivels in and then right hand. Walk each hand off the mat. You should be getting toward the back side of the shoulders or shoulder blades. So if you don't really feel that, what I would recommend, you bump the elbows forward another inch. Usually that'll get there. What I like to do is kind of tuck my chin in, and then my tucked in chin rest down. That makes it so I can easily have flow of breath. Let's start to walk our elbows back in. And then before we switch sides, let the shoulders do as much of a circle as they can get from here. Helping that area continue to open for us. Eventually, left hand will swing around in front, and then walk each hand off to the side again. Tuck the chin, rest down. More inhale. Exhale, walk back in. Do a few more shoulder rolls. Good. Slide back to child pose. For child, we'll try to take rabbit. So leave the forehead down. Swing the arms through the sides to grab onto each heel. And then all you have to do is lift the hips up. That'll rock us to the crown of the head. And the spine is in a really rounded shape, so all those back muscles get a good stretch. So one more inhale. Exhale, start to drop back down. Take one bonus breath in and out. So press up. Let's come to a seated place. We'll do one last little hip stretch. So we'll cradle out our right leg. We've got a couple of good rocks for that hip, trying to loosen up some of the tight spots. Then your choice, drop it down to cross leg, shin stack, or knee stack. Whatever allows both sitting bones to easily be down. Then imagine it's like we're diving into this dark season that's ahead of us. So just kind of start to ease your way forward. As you go forward, let yourself kind of internally reflect on that light that we gathered. Reconnect back with the word that you chose for that light. Maybe it was compassion, self-care, whatever it was. As you're in this kind of dark area, forward folding, just imagine and see how that light of that idea inspires you, helps you to continue to move deeper into presence and into your experience. So starting to roll our way back up. We'll drop the right leg down, cradle the left. Got a couple of good rocks. The same thing you did before, cross leg, shin stack, knee stack. Just ease into this side. In your mind's eye, fill your vision with that light. One more good breath, in and out. Maybe the floor, let's easily rise. We'll let our legs come out in front of us, scooting up toward the top. We have plenty of mat space behind us. Engage the core. Settling our bodies right into our Shavasana shape. Any adjustments we need with the feet or the hips, our shoulders are fine. Got about 3 minutes or so just to breathe, relax. Allow this breath to flow deep and even. Breath helping to maintain and grow the light. Here we'll begin to deepen our inhales, our exhales. Introduce movements back to the body. Stretching out. Perhaps enjoying a nice fetal position if you wish. With a couple of bonus breaths, maybe 3 or 4, until you feel ready to rise sooner or later. With hands at our heart, again, we feel this light growing in the heart space, taking us on to these days that will become increasingly more and more dark. This light is here to inspire us so we can shine for others and maybe even do our little part to change the world. So with this light to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. Be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.